and turn to mush.
On the concept of turning your brain to mush. Good evening, good afternoon. This is part two. We continue in Hell House, which is totally not Hell House, which is totally Hell House. The candles flicker as the last of the sun's rays finally vanish from the exterior of the house. It is now well and truly night all around you, or at least sunset. The hour of night has yet to draw on. Everything, as I said, seems colder, seems shaded, as if you are grasped in some perpetual darkness. Does anyone here have Prime Sight currently active?
Yes.
Okay, dear. As the sun vanishes for a split second, literally only the course of the space of a heartbeat, you see primal energy flicker through the house's walls.
They're here.
They?
Yes.
What did you see? How did you use it?
It's the energy. It's radiating off the house.
Stell?
Not quite sure yet. What does it look like, Evan?
For the brief glimpse you saw, it was very raw, as if it was being drawn directly from a node or some other source or substance, but it just flickered through the wall.
Would I be able to get a brief location?
Do you possess correspondence?
I do.
Then you may indeed.
Do you want me to roll that?
Please. It is a Spirit 2 correspondence. It is, sorry, yeah, Spirit 2 correspondence 2 to do.
Okay. Oh God, it's stuck in my head. I'm in the wrong fucking chat.
That doesn't help.
They said another. They just have a moment. Why the fuck is he rolling Irritate in Odessa? Reasons.
Yeah, and I was just like, why am I wrong? Whoops, wrong. Hashtag wrong. Um. Two successes.
Okay. It is coming from somewhere. If you had to guess, because you basically sense the connection between the 2 points, it's coming from about 30 feet directly below you, under the house.
30 feet below the house.
Shall we go or shall we stay?
Before we go, looking towards Rupert. I am not well versed in the mind shield, and I fear for my sanity.
I was just about to say, hey guys, can you please put the totals of your mind shields in the chat for me?
Because it's important now. Hooray!
Hooray!
So was that you asking for mind shield, Anthony? To me?
That's exactly what I'm asking for because I don't have that sphere. Wait.
I'm just I just checked my own to do that. Yeah.
But yes, the totals of your mind shields in the chat, please. Okay.
Okay. Well, before we proceed, very well. Take some time to prepare. Starts incant in Latin. What would it be? Rego mentem, and makes the corresponding hermetic hand gesture.
Which, because it's a hermetic, is automatically giving the person in question the finger.
Actually, see the pictures of all our hand gestures. It is the thing. Right. Okay. This will be a bit of a rush job, but we'll see what we can do. Extended action, second roll. Okay, that's built up to 5 successes. I'll do one more roll. 6 successes. If I do 2 successes in duration, what does that make it? That's that day?
That's a day, I think.
A day.
Okay, we'll do that. We'll do 2 into 2 into duration and 4 into effect.
Okay. He hands you a ceramic cross. It's brimming with tasks. Counts as 4 tasks.
Oh, thank you.
Right.
Anyone
It is
else?
in this moment you feel something tangibly, almost like a tendril, reach out and boop your mind shield, as if it physically impacts it or caresses it, would probably be a better term.
Mm-hmm.
So, who here does not have a mind shield?
Rorus.
Okay.
And Mary does not, so.
Ah, snap.
Okay.
About to learn
Rorus
today.
has no mind.
All of you with the mind sphere,
Mm-hmm.
or all of you with a mind shield, it will lose 4 towards the effect of your mind shield, reducing it by 4. As Boop said.
Well. Mm-hmm.
You will very, very much tell that this is happening. For those of you without mind shields, you feel as if you are submerged underwater. Not deep water. You are not amidst the sea. No, there's something hard pressed into your back. Some hard surface. And you are just beneath the surface of the water, which is inches away from your ability to breathe. Your legs, hands, etc. flail over the surface of this water. You can feel the air upon them, but something is holding you down, a weight pressed into your chests. You see 2 hands pressing down on you, keeping you submerged in the water as you buck frantically, screaming for air. Roleplay accordingly.
Roll
Can I
what?
get an action in, or am I basically immobilized?
You're not immobilized. You are in that moment. This is what you think is happening to you.
Rorus is going to cast lightning on himself.
Oh, well.
No.
If you like that, Jack.
Woogie, woogie, woogie.
So
I'm sorry.
you hear Rorus
Hang on,
basically.
What was that? What was that, Joey?
I heard you ask us to roll something, but I didn't hear what it was. What did you ask us to roll? For the people
No,
that
he
didn't have
wants
the
you to
mind
role
shield?
play out being drowned.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
I said role play accordingly. My apologies. So yes, you legitimately feel as if you are being drowned.
All right, Rorus is. What Rorus will do is he will cross his arms over his chest and he will sing at the top of his lungs. Thunderstruck. Yeah, I'm spending a quintessence Lormer difficulty.
You talking about the AC/DC song?
Yeah.
Good choice.
I don't know the lyrics, or else I would be singing it. But
I know them, but I won't sing them.
all right. What's the difficulty with the quintessence spend and spending willpower?
It would be difficulty 6 minus 1 minus 2. It'd be difficulty 4.
Right.
4.
4F. 1.
Oh, I know what Mary
3
would do.
successes.
All right then. You are literally lightning striking yourself. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
because if I think that I'm being held underwater, I know that lightning's going to take this person out too. So
Okay. What you guys will see. That is a gigantic line of text. Oh, sorry, it's the song there. Excuse me, I'm going to sneeze.
Yeah.
You will see a conical loop of energy form around Brett as he screams, writhing as the song comes from his lips, until he will strike himself with lightning. You will take 6 levels of aggravated damage.
and Roros is down.
Shit. Kurzweil says he's going towards Roros now, getting ready
Hang
to
on.
trigger his life magic.
That's fine. Let other people have a chance to react before you just jump on things. Cool.
Okay.
He will go to his cabal mate over his charred remains and just sort of like shake him like, the fuck did you do? Like, we just got here. Like,
So, Mary's reaction to this sight that she's seeing is she's going to use a Life 3 effect to grow gills on herself. Because if she thinks she's underwater, being held underwater, why not? And she's just going to send a quick prayer to Ran, the Norse like giantess of the sea, for her blessing. And that's yeah.
Both of you will take paradox with a very, very vulgar effect.
Oh, okay. It's all good. So yep. Okay, this one works this way. That's right. Oh, third level effect starts at diff 8, right?
Div 6.
Diff 6? Okay.
Sphere +3. Technically, no, I'm incapacitated. I still have, I think, 2 more levels before I died.
yep.
I'm gonna spend
could've killed
willpower.
yourself.
1 success.
Okay, you require at least 3 successes to kick off the effect before you put successes into duration.
Okay, so she doesn't pull the effect off.
But, okay.
She don't think she has time to try to do more.
For the rest of you who are around, from your perspective, nothing's happened. You felt the boop on the mind shield, and then all of a sudden, Roros blew himself up, and Mary is kind of in the corner, desperately kind of praying and scrabbling and praying.
To be fair, Roros is Tiftani. Blowing himself up is kind of expected.
Okay.
So at this point, Zephyr's just going to kind of speak up. She's going to just say in a rather commanding tone, if you have enough knowledge of mind to cast a shield on someone else, cast it on her, and then cast it on him. You will look directly between, the other 2, 3. Just kind of like, because, during, like, no one's going to do it unless you, like, look at them and command them to do it. Otherwise, everyone's going to stand around with a fucking thumb up their ass. So as she says that, she's going to look at the last 3 who are standing, and then she's going to just go and begin healing. Ah, shit, what's his face? Roros. She will do so by... Oh, shit. Chanting a small little prayer.
Okay.
This is only going to get worse.
Hey, Dad, don't take him. Come on, Dad.
So,
Sorry.
Kind of.
Rupert, we need to make move and make towards. We're going 30 feet down.
Evan, I've got mine side up. Can I see their minds being actively assaulted?
Yes.
Fine.
You can see that there are dark, inky tendrils that are starting to batter at your own minds.
Can I try to unweave the effect?
Yes, you can. Take a point of paradox.
For unweaving?
Mhm.
If you say so, okay, I thought...
You are actively performing a magical feat in an area that is considered another mage's sanctum.
Okay, I thought we would never do its paradox because you're a certain reality, but okay. Well, I've done it. I'll attempt the unweave.
Okay.
And Kurzweil will tend, Rotos as well. He's gonna. This is a pretty serious situation. So even though his tricorder is almost out of quintessence, he's gonna use some of it in order to heal him quick and get him on his feet.
Okay. It's base diff 7, isn't it, for unweave?
Base diff 7, yeah.
Okay, I'll spend 3 paradox.
You mean quintessence, right?
That's the one. And yeah, okay, let's do that. So drops diff to 4. 3 successes.
Okay.
And what's my difficulty?
You use the Wonders Arete rating.
I'm using my wonder.
Yeah, you use the Wonders Arete rating, and it's difficulty 6.
Okay.
And only spending quintessence from the Wonder can lower the difficulty.
Okay.
Okay, so for Nathan, you attempt to unweave. Do you attempt to unweave? Which one of the tentacles do you want to try and go for? Because they're all separate effects.
Oh, okay. That's why that's good. Okay, I thought it was just one effect.
Nope.
That's
They're all separate.
Fine. Okay. So, sorry, that's not right. So there's is there one tentacle on each of us?
Yes, it's kind of black and icky looking.
I'll start with the one on me because I've got to sort myself out first.
Cool. So with your 3 successes to unweave, yes, you break the tentacle.
Okay.
Damn it. I forgot how to roll. I haven't done this in a long time. What is it?
Just copy the roll that's above you and replace the relevant numbers.
Okay.
Copy and paste it.
Can I attempt to unweave the one that's on me, sir?
Yep. Yes, you can. Hey, Zephyr, how's that healing going? Go good?
Yeah, 4 successes.
All right. Zeph, as you look up from your prayer, you will see a large black house cat with piercing yellow eyes sitting on the piano looking at you, but it will only be there for a heartbeat before it's gone.
4 successes.
You managed to break the thing that's attempting to enter your mind.
You know what? It can be there all it can be there all at once. As long as this dude gets his fucking ass healed.
I just got 5 successes out of that heal.
All right. Well, it looks as though you don't need to heal, kid, because okay. How much coins does your wonder have still?
I have 8 left.
Okay. You are now down to
3.
Are you healing him for all the levels of lethal? Are you healing for all of the ag that he has?
I'm gonna try, yeah.
All right. Your wonder now has 2 quintessence left in it, and Brett, you are fully healed.
Am I still under the effect of the tentacle?
Yes, though you're still drowning.
All right. So Roros is going to assume that didn't work, and he is going to start singing again.
Oh dear.
However, he's going to be singing while mixing a prayer into this.
So for those of you who are under the effects of the mind control or the mental stimulation, hear a voice that sounds completely alien to you, all very thickly accented. If you have to guess, a Northern English accent, maybe Southern Scottish, but very, very heavily accented. And it will say, "Shh, now we have to wash away the bad, so that only the good is left. Yes, wash away the bad, so only the good is left." And get that in your mind. Continue.
I didn't understand what you said. I'll be honest. It was too quiet for me to hear.
Sorry. They said we have to wash away the bad, so only the good remains. Yes, that's right. Wash away the bad.
So y'all just see Mary over in the corner say, "Bitch, say that to my face!" Just out of nowhere.
What the fuck? Why are you? Seeing that I can see the tentacles, I'm gonna try to trace it back to the source so we can, do a thing. Can I do that?
Mm-hmm.
Prime correspondence effect or spirit correspondence effect?
Spirit correspondence effect. Remember,
3
as this
successes.
counts, I was going to say, remember, as this counts as another major sanctum, you'll take a point of paradox.
That's fine.
Yeah, basically, from what you can tell, these effects are bleeding directly from the house itself, so it's essentially coming from all around you.
The effects are going to keep coming. Vince says we need to go to the source or it's just going to get worse.
Okay, let's do it.
At this moment, you'll see Wilhelm stand up from where he was crouched, and he will say, I don't think it's going to be that. His head snaps to the side, and you'll just hear him say, oh dear, before he's almost physically bent double at the waist as his body is yanked with incredible speed, smashing through a door behind you.
After him.
Oh my goodness. Ugh.
Someone get to Mary. We need to hurry up before this gets bad.
Okay, I'll try to put mine shield on Mary.
All right, then. Everyone else, come on, let's go.
Okay.
Party. That's 4 successes. No, 3 successes.
That's a snap. Or are you putting a mind shield on, or are you dispelling the tentacle?
I'm putting mine on, but that's far easier and not paradoxical here for some reason.
Well, no, it is. It just wasn't up until a little while ago.
Oh.
It's timed. You get the distinctive. Actually, you can guess this.
Yeah.
When the sun stopped.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Yes, that fits with. Yeah. Nothing. So yes. Okay. I'll keep going on the. I'll do the mind shield. I'll keep going as an extended action.
Cool. It'll still generate a point of paradox.
Fine. That's 5. 4. That's 4 successes. That's 7 successes. So again, we'll do a day. 5-point mind shield for a day.
Okay. Mary, you snap out of it.
She just, as she like snaps out of it, she just comes out straight up swinging, and then stops when she sees it's Rupert. She goes, thanks, I guess. I assume that was you that stopped that?
Yes.
All right. Thanks. Where did everyone else go?
Through there. Points to the broken door.
And she takes off running. And she actually runs surprisingly fast.
Gazelle run.
Pretty much, yeah.
Am I gonna be able to use a correspondence matter effect in order to get a mental map of this castle and know where to go to find the source of this thing down below?
You can attempt. So yes.
All right, I'm gonna do it. Go ahead and do that.
Okay. Remember to take your point of paradox.
Okay.
All right. So, you guys basically will see that Johann is pulled down a corridor at breakneck speed until at the very end of the corridor you see a pair of large wooden double doors that's open for him to fly through and then immediately close in front of you. So you are faced with a pair of closed doors.
All right. Looks like I got 2 successes.
Okay. You're going to need more to put into duration if you want it to last longer than a brief snippet.
Okay. How do I do that?
You just roll your RTA again.
Okay.
Add a +1 diff.
Oh, denied.
How badly were you denied?
I didn't botch. I just got a not. What? Well, hold a second. That don't look right. Why would a 9 and a 10? I screwed up my roll because I got a. It looks like I got a 9 and a 10 and a 2, which got crossed out. Only the 2 should have got crossed out.
You did not less than or less than equal to the 7.
You botched the code.
But why would this?
Yeah.
Why would this
Because
9
you
and
made
10
it.
be?
No, the way that you did it, your rolls had to equal 7 or they didn't count.
You need
Oh.
the plus on that. You need the more than or less than sign.
Yeah.
So
Oh.
you botched the
Really,
code.
just code roll.
So Kurzweil succeeds. Kurzweil, you get a mental layout of the building. Only there's a slight problem.
What's that?
It's constantly changing.
This place is a friggin' Rubik's Cube, guys. It ain't normal. It keeps changing around. I got a mental map, but I can't tag it down. I don't know what to do here. Where do we go?
We shouldn't split up, that's for sure. So
yeah.
With that, is there any like spiritual essence coming off the door or primal energy?
You guys are where you left Roars lying on the ground back there, right?
Oh dear. Does anyone wish to help Rurus, or do I have fun with Rurus? It's up to people.
I'll help Rurus.
Okay, I will give a clarification. So, you guys were in the sitting room, at which point Johann was grabbed, or Wilhelm was grabbed around the waist by some kind of force and was propelled, breaking the door. He was then dragged down a corridor on the other end, of the sitting room, through a pair of large double doors at the end. The double doors then slapped closed. There are 2 doors on the left and 2 doors on the right of the corridor that you are currently standing in. Rorus is laying back in the sitting room.
So is that where Rupert and Mary are?
Yes, they are in the sitting room.
Right. Okay. And what state is Rorus in?
Mentally speaking, fucked. Physically speaking, he appears fine.
Oh, okay. I'll put a mind shield on him then.
Brett, because you rode out the Uncle Evan's wild ride, you are pulled from the water, and you find yourself in what appears to be a well-appointed, rather pretty bathroom. As in, there are golden fixtured faucets. It's all done in white and black tiling. The bath that you were clearly in a bath appears to be made of some kind of green marble. It's very, very tastefully done. And there's a woman kneeling in front of you who had her hands on your chest, but who is now physically holding your trembling body close to her to the point you can hear her heartbeat, and she will be whispering in your ear all the time. It's so good, in the same very, very deep Scottish accent. It's so good to be clean. It's so good to be clean. So, if Gala would like to do something to his mind, you can feel free to do so now.
Okay. What's that? 2 successes in the first roll. 0 on the second roll. let's give him a 1 point mind shield for the scene and stop there. See if that does anything. See if that cuts the mustard or not.
Okay, Brett, you're back to lucidity.
Are you with us?
Royce will look around and he'll say, "That was unusual."
Your mind was assaulted. We all were. Looks like you had a very bad reaction. I've blocked it for now, but that won't hold for long.
Royce will nod his head and he will look around and trying to get his bearings. Someone was holding me, saying that it's better I'm clean now. I think it was some form of corporal punishment.
Peculiar.
Whoever had this place, whoever built the defense on this place, they were tortured as a child. And I think they're still chained here for it.
So,
I'll fill him in where the others have gone.
Kim, as you are walking down or running down the corridor, and there's a reason I've picked you for this. As you are running down the corridor towards the large set of double doors that were through which poor Johann was just, or Wilhelm rather, was just dragged, you will see the cat again, this time sitting in a mirror, looking at you.
Well,
Okay.
let's go take a look at these doors.
Okay.
For those of you with Prime Sight who are looking at the doors, they're just ordinary wooden doors.
Did they come up on Spirit Sight?
Nope, they're just ordinary doors.
Kurzweil, you said you could sense this place?
Yes, it keeps changing and shifting. It's all weebly wobbly. I don't understand it, but I think we should probably stay together, or we're gonna get separated, and we're not gonna be able to find each other.
Can you find Mr. Grimm?
I can try. I do have some life. I do have a bit of life affinity. Let me see what I can do.
Okay.
I got a 5, a 7, and a 6. What does that turn out to be?
And that turns out to be 3 successes. Okay, I'll tell you right now. For some reason or another, you cannot sense his signature. You're not sure if the house is blocking you or what is happening, but you, at the moment, presently, you cannot sense him.
He's nowhere. I don't know if he's being concealed. It's like he just got erased. I don't know what's going on.
You guys, as you stand there in the hallway between the two rooms, will start to hear the piano being played from the room you just left.
Let's stick together.
Just as the room that you're in, even though there are clearly no bulbs in the sockets, the light turns on as if you were standing in a room with electricity.
Oh man. All this spiritual mumbo jumbo bullshit. This is way, way beyond me.
Okay.
So, you're standing in a hallway. What do you gentlemen and ladies wish to do?
Well,
we should try to see if we can get through to Grimm, shouldn't we?
We should.
Is anyone else able to put a mind shield? Because our friend here is going to need a proper one that's going to hold. Just to wet. That's not.
Negative.
No.
I don't have anything.
Negative.
Right. Rupert looks like trying to think it through. Okay. Did you notice how everyone knows how this all started when the sun went down?
Yes.
Yeah.
During the day, it reminds me of what we used to call a religio, a place where multiple overlapping realities at different times will pass through them. Can anyone here? Is anyone here strong with time?
Afraid not.
My tricorder is practically empty, but it does have a little tiny bit of time ability.
No, I remember that.
We'll also pull out 3 tasks each. Hand 3 to Zephyr, and hand 3 to Kurzweil. Will this help?
I can't move prime energy. I can see it and mess with it a little bit, but I would. This thing would not be empty if I could do anything with that into my machine. I don't know what to do.
Unfortunately,
question.
how yours?
Yes,
I was going to ask. I do have quite a bit of prime. Would I be able to move quintessence from one thing to another?
Oh, yes.
All right, then that's what I'm going to do.
Okay. Just play this through though. Bear in mind, this place is hostile to us. The more we cast, the more we work our arts, the more it's going to be difficult for us. So, what I was thinking is, if we can manipulate time, we might be able to say create a room in this house where it's day, where we're safe, and we can rest and cast and recuperate. Does that make sense to people?
It makes perfect sense.
That level.
That would work.
Does that sound like a worthwhile thing to try to do?
Do it to it, man. I trust you, Rupert. You saved my life, man.
Does anybody have that much access to time?
That's what I was asking.
That's slow too.
Is that something your price could do, Kurzweil?
No, it's only a very, very basic time device. It can't do much but look at time.
Right,
Can't manipulate it.
Very cool.
Oh, obviously I can do it. I got one success.
To do what?
To move quintessence, basically from the task that I currently have on my person to I got one success. I just put in the code wrong.
Yeah, you're able to move a single point of quintessence into the tricorder.
Well,
does that generate paradox here?
Yes, it does.
Well, that's 2 points of paradox for me.
Okay. Evan, is there a way to get a sense of which paradigm or reality this place is formatted to?
Yes.
Okay.
You can basically attempt to commune with it. Basically attempting to understand its mind, if you wish, because the paradigm is seated in the mind and how you believe, mind belief. But you can attempt to commune with it if you'd like.
No, communing with the evil house sounds like a bad idea.
I was about to say.
I mean, that's your opinion.
I mean, it happens to be the right opinion. I mean,
it's fine.
Are
we good?
Yeah, if it's going to mind, does that make us psychically attack it?
Possibly.
Mary's just going to look at everyone and say, has anyone tried kicking the door down or opening them at all?
Let's not do that. Stop.
Would you mind excusing me, sirs, madam?
You're gonna look at the dude who's talking.
From behind you, you will see this figure, except he has a tray in his hands.
What
What does
the
he look
hell?
like?
He looks exactly as he's pictured, with the exception
No.
that he has a rather heavy-duty, weird-looking collar around his neck.
No, I'm asking like in terms of like my sights.
Oh, what sites do you have active?
Prime and Spirit.
He is a ghost, or from
Oh,
what you can tell. He also has a chain that leads from the collar around his neck and snakes over his shoulder, but it appears to be made entirely from spiritual ephemera.
oh, he's enslaved. He just says like matter of factly, like that's a ghost. Like,
Oh, wow.
Would you mind excusing me, sirs and madam? He's actually trying to get through you. He's not saying excuse me. He's trying to walk through you, but he's stopped about 3 feet away because he can't get. He basically
We
would
should
have to
probably get
zigzag
out of
through
his
you with his
way.
tray.
We'll also get out of his way.
Thank you.
Yep, there's Smile too.
What is your name, Spirit?
Spirit, sir?
Big
I
pardon.
don't think he's aware, Rupert.
What is your name, sir?
Oh, I'm the butler, sir. My name is Joseph Armstrong.
Have you served at the house long?
Oh, yes, sir. I've been here 15 years. I assume that you're here for one of the master's parties, sir. My apologies. I haven't been informed of the exact numbers, but then again, the master does like his soirees.
Indeed, indeed. I hope we've come on the right day for them.
Of course, sir. Of course.
Splendid.
Would you care to perhaps take drinks in the library?
Look at others.
I don't know whether or not to trust this thing. The last ephemeral like thing that came after me tried to rip my brain out, so I'm kind of standoffish myself.
If I may say so, it is incredibly rude to refer to someone else as a thing.
Mary's just face palming behind the
He'll nod. Like he just told you his name.
But perhaps you could direct us to the library.
Absolutely. He looks at Zephyr, and for a moment the eyes flash entirely black, like black as pitch, as it just looks at Zephyr. There's almost a note of fear in its general physical demeanor.
She will just kind of look at him for a moment and then silently just glide out of his way.
Yes, by all means, the library, of course. Would you care to take drinks there? Or yes, of course, drinks. Of course, my apologies. He seems entirely flustered just by physically seeing her. But with that, he will walk around her, very, very, very careful to stay out of her general vicinity, and will move to the large set of double doors through which Johann was dragged. Will open them with one hand, carefully balancing his tray on the other, and you will be led into a large, spacious room in the shape of an oval. This room, however, doesn't appear to be in any way in disrepair. It appears to be immaculate. Hundreds of books look down at you happily and merrily from shelves. There's a fire that's crackling away in the hearth. Many large, spacious armchairs with places to sit and read. You see, as a matter of fact, you see a pipe or a pipe smoking set on the table that has clearly just been used not long ago. And he will say, "What may I get, sirs and madams, to drink?"
Champagne.
Excellent choice, madam. Or excellent choice, sir, rather. Anyone else?
Root beer,
Just
please.
just lemon water, please.
Water.
Very good. If sirs and madams will excuse me in that case, I shall return imminently. He will click his heels smartly. He will leave his tray, which contains a pot, which you would assume contains tea, 3 biscuits, and a single cup down on the table, whereon there was the pipe smoking regalia. Bow once again and leave the room, closing the doors behind him.
Which direction is the chains in?
The chain is currently basically the chain was behind him as he was walking towards you. So as he's walking out, he's retracing the chain, basically.
Okay. Am I able to like see like where the chain is coming from?
No, it appears to once again twist and turn. If you're trying to follow it, it's very difficult because, as I said, this place keeps physically changing.
Gotcha.
Right. Can I look at some of the books in the library? Yeah, it might give us some clues to what this person's interests are.
Oh yes, by all means. He seems to have a wealth of different books that are all over the spectrum of literature. He has everything from However, actually, would you like to make me an intelligence academics roll?
Okay.
Can I make it as well?
Yes, you can.
Kurzweil will do the same.
Oh, shocking bad roll. Keen edge specialty.
Beg your pardon?
Speciality keen edge. Probably not.
Yes, actually, that will apply. Yeah.
Okay. 3 successes then.
Evan, does any of your academics? Because I have academics, but I have also cryptography, cosmology, occult, mage lore, Nephandic lore, High Umbra lore.
No, this is academics. What they're trying to do is definitely academics.
Failure.
Okay.
Darn it, no.
Diff 6.
Diff 6. All right. For those of you who got 3 or more successes, you will find the fact that all of the books written and all of the books. Yeah, all of but by the time you're finished, all of these books were written before the year 1910. Do with it as you will.
I think just a whole range of broad topics, is it?
Yeah, a whole range of broad topics. Possibly some very esoteric titles that you wouldn't necessarily expect, but nothing that immediately jumps out at you of being anywhere geeky. More so somebody who just has maybe an interest in odd topics such as certain areas of the occult, but very vanilla areas of the occult. We're talking like turn of the century spiritualism occult. And other vestiges like that. There are some things on human anatomy, entomology, what have you.
Is my matter correspondence still active at this point?
Yep, the house keeps changing.
Okay. Are there any secret entrances or anything as such leading to or from this library?
Yes, one of the bookshelves is fake. Or rather, one of the bookshelves can clearly be moved because there is something behind it.
Hey, this bookshelf is mobile. Guys, come help me.
Rose to walk over, take a look at it.
Okay.
And is just waiting for somebody to tell him to help move him. I'm gonna throw a matter site real quick. I'm gonna determine if there is a false book.
So
all of you who have mind shields, they will degrade by 1.
Is Roros trying to move the fake bookshelf? Because I don't quite understand what he was doing.
He's trying to determine if one of the books is fake.
Mary will go over and help him.
2 successes on matter site.
One of the books, whereas all of the books on this particular shelf are indeed, normally composed. They're composed of paper, binding materials, etc. One of them is indeed only composed of binding materials, and that it has metal on the interior, which you can assume is some kind of trip or release.
Roros will move that book.
Okay. The bookcase you'll hear a clicking noise, like a at which point the bookcase will indeed become movable. You will be able to drag it forward.
Roros will do so.
Mary will help.
All right. You will find not necessarily the space behind it is not quite a hidden room. However, you will find a safe hidden behind it, very well secured and very well hidden. By the way, Roros, remember to take a point of paradox for using the site.
Yep, I'm now at what? 3, 2? I think I'm at 2.
Okay. But yes, there is a safe that is in front of a safe that would not look out of place, as I said, in about the turn of the 20th century, so around the 1900s.
Anybody else curious?
I think it would be most unfortunate if whoever owns this library comes back to see us poking around inside his safe.
I haven't touched it. If you want to touch it, that's on you.
Mary is going to back away from the safe and actually go stand over by Vince.
What do you think, Rupert?
I think the fact that our minds are constantly being assaulted says this place is hostile to us. And that means we need to decide, are we leaving, which we probably shouldn't do because that would leave Mr. Grim behind, or are we going to try and fight it? Sitting around here while our minds are assaulted repeatedly is probably not the correct move.
Well, what if some kind of key is inside this safe? Something we need.
Or the aforementioned anchor.
He wants to break and enter, Rupert.
Did anyone see what's inside the safe?
No. Your matter sight is actively being rebuffed from it. You can tell the front of the safe is made of metal. That's it.
Curiouser and curiouser. I can't see inside it.
If you're so curious, then break it open, but I'm not going to stay here and wait.
Do I look like Bruce Banner to you? And I'm not a safecracker either.
Well, then that answers that question.
I could do it. There's just a problem.
What's the problem?
In order to break it, I would have to increase change its potential ability to kinetic ability, like I do with my coins. The only problem with that is it would destroy whatever is inside the safe at the same time.
Do we have anyone skilled with numbers and fate and fortune, perhaps?
Of course.
I assume. Sorry, Evan. Is it a key or is it a number dial?
Number dial.
For me to figure out the combination, what would it be?
It would be an entropy 3 effect, or in order to get the combination, it would be an entropy 3 effect.
Okay, so let's try it.
Somebody keep their eyes. One of you guys go up there and keep your eyes open. Give us a sign if anybody's coming.
Yeah.
You said that. Did you? I can't remember. Did you say there was a fire going in the fireplace?
Yes.
Mary's looking at that fireplace with kind of a raised eyebrow. She says, "Rupert, you said the house was the source of this, right?"
It's complicated. I'm not sure I understand it, but go on.
The power spent, second one of the night.
Well, I mean, if the house is like the source of
4 successes.
Assault on lines. She just literally just points at the fireplace.
By the way, Anthony, the combination is 38, 22, 38, 7.
I didn't hear what you were saying there, James.
I said, she says if the house is the source of this assault on our minds, and then he just points at the fireplace.
I will tell. What's your character's name again? Zilopov. Sorry,
Zephyr.
Zephyr. Not
I
Zephyr.
think you meant Kurzweil.
Kurzweil. I'll tell you the combination.
All right.
All right. Before that happens, hey Zephyr, how's it going? Going good? Oh wait, is Kim there? I don't know if Kim is there. If Kim is not there, I'm sad. She is not there. Okay. Boop, boop, ba-doop. All right. So you open the safe.
Yeah.
Okay. As you open the safe, you find something that's quite unusual. You find a very, very decorative, rather beautiful, honestly, hand mirror, but it's been cracked, as if it had been struck against as if it had been struck against a surface with incredible wrath or anger.
Huh.
Your mind shield immediately drops as you hold it in your hand. Continue.
Ah, shit. He grabs his mind and he just kind of starts to babble.
Nothing has actually happened to you yet, just your mind shield immediately dropped when you held the item.
Oh, this thing just ate my mind shield. I don't think anybody should look at this mirror, but it must be of some importance. Are there were other mirrors in this house, right?
Not that you've seen.
Maybe I can, if there's another mirror, maybe I can show this mirror to that mirror and do something with it. I don't know. He's just trying anything. He doesn't know what he's doing in here.
Rose.
Yes, Vince.
Do you think you could fix the mirror?
My level of matter is only perception right now. I'm working on improving it. The only thing I could think to do would be... I'm going to activate Shadowland's sight.
Oh, I can do that. I can fix it. I can do that.
Why not fix it?
Well, I don't know how I can fix it without looking at it, but I'll give it a try.
3 successes to perceive the mirror in the Shadowlands.
Okay. There is definitely a piece of a soul in that mirror.
Do not attempt to do any magical effect to the mirror.
Okay, I'll leave it alone then. But why is it in this safe?
Because there's somebody's soul inside of it. Can I is it a piece of a soul or is it a full soul?
It is definitely a piece of a soul.
Which means it's a fetter.
Yep.
And is anyone else thinking bargaining chip?
Can you explain what you mean by that? I'm not afraid with ghosts.
Okay, hang on. Just before we continue, hey Kim, you're back.
Mm-hmm.
You will feel something brush against your leg.
The damn cat, isn't it?
Look at how cute he is.
He's gonna eat your soul, Kim.
No, this time it is sitting at your foot, but it doesn't vanish immediately. It's looking up at you.
She'll reach down and she'll pet it.
It will purr.
Is this a spiritual cat so I can't see it?
Well, no one else is looking at Zephyr at this moment in time. But if anyone looks, or if anyone is looking at her, there is in fact a cat.
All right. Well, Kurzweil will stuff the mirror into the folds of his coat, and then back out. Come on, let's cover our tracks. He closes the door, spins the wheel on the safe.
Roros will help him move the thing back into position.
She's gonna reach down and pet the cat.
As you reach down to pet it, the cat is going to hop up so that it will basically hop into your arms.
I love him.
Is there a shadowing presence on that cat?
Yes, a very powerful one.
I have met this cat for 3 seconds, and if anything would happen to it, I would kill everyone in the room and then myself.
The cat,
That's fair.
the cat is not a wraith, but the cat is a very powerful spirit associated with death.
Can I roll intelligence cosmology?
Yes, you can.
Can I roll?
I will roll intelligence cosmology as well.
Sorry, what were you saying, Kim?
Can I roll intelligence wraith or intelligence spirit?
Intelligence
Oh,
wraith.
okay.
Yes, you can.
3 successes on intelligence cosmology.
Okay.
Are you fucking serious?
1, 2, 3,
Woo!
4, 5, 6, 7.
Are you shitting? Oh.
7.
Apparently Zephyr knows fuck all.
You got 3 successes on the roll, Kim.
My dice have been shitty. On 8 dice, dude.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
bear
I
in
got
mind,
3
you
on
actually,
4.
Okay, bear in mind, these guys are throwing a wide net because they don't actually know what it is. With your 3 successes are worth a hell of a lot more than 7 successes in something that it might be.
Yeah, it's true with Wraithlore.
Yeah.
All right, so for the rest of you, the cat. Bear in mind, if you're looking at it from a spiritual perspective, you have to have your spirit sight up. But it kind of seems. It's not, for first start, it does not seem hostile.
Mhm.
It actually seems to really like Zephyr. It's actually like it seems really comfy where it is. Maybe it's something to do with death. It's definitely linked to the Shadowlands in some form, but it itself is not a wraith. So it must be something else that is linked to the Shadowlands with cosmology. With Wraithlore, Kim, it's a guardian. Sometimes entities like this come and are formed from places that are powerful with the other side to guard the souls of the dead. And you can assume the cat is one of them. And you can assume and I think you now know why it is he likes you.
A little bit. She's just gonna kind of like scratch behind his ears and just kind of whisper. Now, I wonder why you're here.
It will seem to contemplate for a moment before its eyes will close. Guys, the library around you swirls, and all of a sudden you are standing in a dark room. The room itself, the library, but it's a different time of day. It's very late at night. The fire is no longer crackling in the hearth. And you see a single solitary candle seated at the room, at one side of the room. And you hear crying, genuine sobbing of someone who is so mournful that it's almost heartbreaking to hear. You walk towards the sound and you see a teenage boy. He must only be 14, 15. And he is holding this cat to him like his life depended on it. And he is crying his heart out as you see tears cascade dripping onto the floor. And the cat itself, if you could tell the cat's emotions, it is also heartbroken.
Roros is going to walk over very gently and kneel next to the child.
He doesn't appear to see that you're there.
Is he a ghost?
No.
Is it a fragment of a memory?
Yes. That is what you would guess it is. You are essentially seeing something from the cat's memory. A few moments
Guys,
later...
I have to be right back. Hold on.
Take time. A few moments later, you will see the door burst open, and you will see a man stride into the room who's wearing white clothing, a white robe perhaps, with a red, almost like a priest's. I can never remember what they're called. The scarf things that loop around their neck that have crosses on the end of them.
God
Mhm.
damn it.
But you will see him walk towards the boy. He will pick up the cat and throw it against the wall very violently before he will drag the boy out, kicking and screaming by the hair. And at which point it will fade away, and you are standing back in the library.
That cat is getting so much motherfucking love right now.
Kind of look
doesn't-
towards
it-
Zephyr.
It doesn't speak to you, Kim, but you get the feeling that what it is thinking is, I tried to help. I couldn't help.
Kurzweil won't touch the cat, but he'll look at it kind of longingly. He understands.
Oh,
Zephyr's just gonna say, I'll just kind of, she's muttering under her breath, because, yeah. And she'll just kind of say softly, you did all that you could, and that is enough.
It is at this moment that the door will open again, and the butler will return with the drinks that were requested. He has a bottle of champagne, to be precise. He has a bottle of Dom Perignon 1880, which I'm led to understand was an excellent year. And he has the other drinks that were requested. He will leave them down without speaking before he will turn to leave the room. However, seeing the cat, he will say, I'm sorry, miss. The animal got in again. I will happily leave it outside for you.
No, you will not. In fact, what do you know about this cat?
The master has said it is to be left outside whenever it finds its way in, madam.
Has your master given a reason for this?
He doesn't particularly care for the beast. They track in fleas and other such.
oh.
Whose cat was this?
I don't honestly know, madam. It's been at the house for as long as I've been here.
And who is your master?
I beg your pardon, madam.
Who is your master?
My master's Lord Massey, madam.
I see.
Or to be precise, his name is Lord John Thomas Massey, if you wish to be exact.
Intelligence academics.
Okay, if you wish. It's going to be pretty difficult because he's not ridiculously famous.
But you know what?
It'll be
I
difficulty 8.
Show caution. Let's do it. Third willpower of the night. Let's do it.
I don't know, that name does seem kind of fucking familiar.
It super does.
Like,
It just puts a Monty Python song in my head, and it has nothing to do with this, so I'll keep it to myself.
I'm back. I'm sorry.
2 successes.
Okay, anyone else making their roll?
What's the roll? What's the roll?
Intelligence academics.
Okay, I'll make a roll.
So, Evan,
Mm-hmm.
you said earlier the butler left like a pot of tea in the library.
Yes,
Right.
he did.
Did he leave any cups with those?
He left a single cup.
4
Um,
successes, intelligence academics.
Looks like I got 3 sucks.
It's okay. It's going to be quite difficult. You're going to need 4 successes to know anything of importance about the guy.
Okay.
4.
I also have 4.
Wow. Okay.
I
Okay. So those of you who have 4 successes. John Massey was the John Massey, or John Thomas William Massey, was the 6th Baron of Massey. He was an Anglo-Protestant peer who sat in the House of Lords. He was also reputed to have been highly interested and involved in certain occult businesses and dealings, including dealings with a notorious body or entity known as the Hellfire Club.
And that's why the name sounds familiar.
He died in 1915 under mysterious circumstances, his family fortune all but depleted. Though, interestingly enough, no one is exactly sure why his fortune was so badly depleted. He was still earning money, but it seems he was hemorrhaging money faster than he was making it, which was unusual. Did anyone get 5 successes? Because I'll give you something else on 5 successes.
Yes. 6 if Keen Edge counts.
Not really.
Just the 5 then.
He passed the estate on to his younger brother because it is believed his son died of tuberculosis when the boy was in his teens. That is all you get.
I will relay appropriately.
When you reference the sun, the chain around this entity's neck goes taut, and he is dragged through the room, choking.
Roros is going to try to grab the chain and stop him.
Can I break the chain?
Do you possess Spirit 2?
I possess Spirit 4, sir.
Well, I know you do, but yeah. I was asking Brett. Do you
Roros has
possess
Spirit. Roros has Spirit 3.
Okay, yeah. In that case, you may roll. You will have to activate the effect to physically interact with the chain.
All right, I will
So both of us?
activate Spirit 2 Death Touch.
And we work together.
Yes, you can if you'd like.
Okay.
Okay. So, Brett, since this is your thing, I'll assist you.
All right. Roros is going to invoke basically going to invoke the light of Hashem into his hands to reach across the veil and not to reach across the top the torture of this child.
Gauntlet.
It's so 5 F1, spending a quintessence and spending a willpower.
Quentin will.
Yep.
Okay. Bear in mind the paradox you're each going to take.
Of course.
4 successes.
2 successes plus 1 for the willpower. Oh, I didn't roll. It doesn't matter. I didn't roll the right difficulty because of the quint, but
That's entirely fine. But yes, so you will be able to grab onto the chain.
Once grabbed, I will then, since we're working in concert, I'm going to hold it so that it can be broken by Vince, who rolled as well.
4 successes on my effect.
Okay. The chain is damaged, but it's still holding. An immense amount of power was put into its creation. You sense that.
Vince will say, "Hold it." I'm gonna try again.
All right, Russ is gonna try to hold on. All the while he is actually speaking Emirati, and it sounds like prayers. Basically, he's praying to Zervazda.
Vince looks like he's like reciting the Lord's Prayer, and like trying to shatter it. 5 successes.
All right. With 5 successes, yes, you will shatter the chain.
Yay!
On a side note, this is going to get very sad very quickly.
Yeah, because this dude didn't even know he was dead in the first place. Y'all just broke it. Oh.
Yep. Okay. So first of all,
Mm.
if people would like to make me a perception alertness roll, difficulty 8, requiring a threshold of 3 successes, and for the love of God, don't fuck this up.
Oh dear.
What diff did you
Have to
say
spend
was?
willpower. Only have
Diff
3
8.
dice.
3
I'm
successes.
gonna spend a willpower.
Okay.
All right, I'll go ahead and you said don't screw it up, so I'll go ahead and drop a willpower and spend some quint in it too.
Good
Um,
thing I
Spend
spent
Quint into
willpower.
an effect into a roll for a non-magical effect.
My bad. All right,
Evan,
that's
I
willpower
screwed
then.
it up.
I spent willpower so I don't botch, but no successes.
Okay.
3 successes.
I got 1 success because I got 0 rolls, but spent the willpower. So
30 successes.
Kim, you do not need to roll.
Oh.
You're about to see why.
Oh.
All right, looks like I got 2.
All right, kids. From the mirror in Kurzweil's pocket, there comes a shriek of necromantic energy that boils out of it. If you did not get 2 or more successes, you are incapable of dodging, or 3 or more successes, you are incapable of dodging this.
Oh no.
Succeeded is capable of dodging this. However,
Oh, no.
in Zephyr's case, when the energy streaks towards her, the cat will look at it and the energy will dissipate. Because he is a good kitty.
He's a good kitty.
Wait, none of us can dodge this because nobody got enough successes.
I can dodge it.
Anthony
Let's
could
y'all-
dodge it.
Let's
I
y'all
can't.
fuck.
Luck.
Fucking no Sherry gun bullshit over here. What the fuck?
So, what do we actually see coming towards us?
Basically, what you see is it is essentially like a face that has its mouth wide open and is screaming in abject fury as it impacts you.
So don't tell me Kurzweil's left looking like Madara Uchiha's, or he gets kicked in the ribs by Might Guy. God
You'll
damn
see
it!
what happens. I will point out, because I know one of you swears by these. This will pass as it has no physical form through any kinetic shield you may have.
Whoa.
There is no kinetic energy in it at all.
Is it possible to counterspell it?
Do you possess entropy?
No, but I was going to use miraculous true faith only counter magic without my arete.
Did you succeed on the roll to see it happening before it happens? Then no.
Am I? Yeah. Fuck my
You will
nature. I'm not.
You will require 3 successes to successfully dodge it.
All right.
At standard.
If I wanted to like not fuck the party because I am playing a caregiver, can't like not
yeah,
like
I mean,
I can't. So if I wanted, I have entropy.
You could counter one of them, but these are all once again separate effects.
Well, ball mate. Sorry guys.
However, because I am a kind and merciful god, it is going to do dice of aggravated damage, not levels of aggravated damage.
What is that? That's 4 paradox right now. Yeah.
All right, so Mary. Wow. Mary will take no damage whatsoever because I fucked that roll.
One, I take one off it.
Okay, cool. In that case, Anthony, you will take 2 levels of aggravated damage. Kurzweil will take 4. Gallo will take 3, and Rorus will take. Oh dear. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh no.
Rorus will take 6.
Can we say?
If you have the ability to soak aggravated damage, yes, you can.
Okay. There's no willpower on soak, is there?
What? No willpower on soak rolls. No.
Okay. Since I didn't activate magic last turn, can I do an instantaneous effect to regenerate as it's hurting me?
Not instant. There is no instant. The only effect that is instantaneous is one that is immediately held via time magic to trigger on a certain event. So on the next round, if we're working by initiative, then yes, you could heal yourself.
Okay.
So Nathan, did you manage to soak the stuff?
Roll 3.
Oh, good.
Woo.
Everyone else, you feel as if the warmth and life within you is drained out of you. Have fun.
I do have an
Rorus falls unconscious again.
You're not unconscious at 6 ag.
I thought I was. I thought I was incapacitated.
No, that's 7 ag.
It's anything after 7, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
You just feel like absolute death. The Wraith who you freed is doing interestingly. He's kicking and writhing on the ground as he's screaming, "Why is it so cold? Why is it so cold?"
Kurzweil hits the ground and he's like holding his side.
Whoa. Fuck. I did actually succeed on my counter spell, so what does that do?
What do you mean?
And for the entropy effect.
Oh, then it just doesn't hit you, so you don't take any ag.
Alright, I have an entropy spell on me. I might have gotten caught up during, like, I guess the stream. But I was able to dispel what was coming at Brett because I have the caregiver nature. And that was what the effect was.
In that case, Brett will not take aggravated damage. You will, however, take the allotted damage. Brett, you're not made of death anymore. Yay!
Rorus will instead run over to Vince and say, "Why did you do that?"
Do what? You were about to get burned alive.
You got injured in my place. I do not find that acceptable, Vince.
He just looks at you.
Kim, if the cat could communicate an emotion, it's communicating a face palm. It's important to know this.
Is the mirror still screaming, or is it just like one scream?
Oh no, it's still screaming. You can actively hear the sound of anguished, as if something is bloody and bleeding. Somebody screaming in pain.
Oh, so even if I do have an entropy shield, it does nothing?
Wait, you have wait, what?
An entropy shield.
It's really not a thing, but okay.
Yeah,
there are not shields for all of the magic unless you want to wrap yourself in a ward against that, which is correspondence for that sphere 4 or that sphere, whatever it is.
I think he meant he had Slipstream up.
Oh,
I do remember seeing Anthony post about Slipstream earlier.
Yeah, you can have entropy Slipstream. That's a thing. But
yeah, that's fine. That would just reduce the difficulty of your dodge roll.
All right, then let me roll my dodge roll then.
Okay.
See what happens.
Cool.
Three successes.
Okay, you don't take any damage. You managed to dodge out of the way of the effect. The mirror is now starting to levitate.
So Rorus did not do what he did.
So is it taking my is it ripping my coat off or something?
No, it flew out of it's floating out of your pocket.
Oh, okay.
It's still screaming in absolute anguish and agony.
Well, I'm gonna try and heal myself.
Okay. Does anyone have mind sight on at the moment? The mirror is radiating fear, surprise, and pain. Emotions that you would expect from someone who's just suffered a traumatic injury.
Okay. Is that the same emotions that the butler has?
No, the butler has fear and confusion.
Right. Okay. So they're not the same. Right. Fine.
Zephyr's going to just walk up towards the butler. Boy. she'll lower her mask and not the hood though. I mean, she's taking her mask off. And she'll say, "Hello, can you hear me?"
You want to roll me some charisma expression?
Fuck.
All right, so
I will give you a minus. I will give you a -2 diff because of celestial affinity wraith.
all right,
Oh,
so
yeah, I do have that, don't I?
That's the reason they keep talking to you.
all right, so I got. It looks like I got 3 successes. Do I get an extra because I dropped Quint and willpower? So do I get an extra success?
You can't spend willpower on a wonder's dice roll.
No, I used my life magic.
Oh yeah, in that case you're good. How much paradox? Okay, I'm gonna run down people at the moment. Joey, how much paradox, John?
Exactly 0, because I have not used any magic in this scene.
Wrong.
No, use the life sphere.
Yeah, but that didn't actually succeed, so.
You still take the paradox.
You still take the paradox.
Because I thought it's.
Oh no! You don't. It's only on the successful casting of a spell.
Okay.
Vince, how much paradox, John?
4.
Cool. Roris, how much paradox, John?
3, surprisingly.
You're not tectonying hard enough. Zephyr, I don't think is on any paradox.
Well, no, I have
Beg your pardon?
1.
Okay, 1. Nathan, how much paradox is Rupert on?
3.
Cool. And Kurzweil, how much paradox are you on now with the +1 for the healing?
Oh, should be 3.
Cool. Okay, we're good to continue. Kim, did you make that sweet dice roll for me?
Wait, empathy, right?
Empathy, yeah.
Okay, it's a little better.
No, sorry, charisma expression, rather.
Could I do empathy?
No.
God damn it.
Do you wish to roll your arete on your? Do you wish to roll your arete because I believe you have quite a lot of whatchamacallit, quite a lot of entropy to lower the difficulty of the roll.
You say I have a lot of empathy, but I really don't, because I did stupid things with my spheres. I have entropy too.
You can still do it with entropy too.
Fair enough. Been so long since I've played a fucking mage.
I know, you've been too busy being a magic samurai.
Damn right, I've been too busy being a magic samurai.
Samurai.
Stupid ass samurai. Oh god.
That's still 2 successes, which means you lower the difficulty to 3 on your charisma roll. So it's something.
Man, I'll spend a willpower because all I'm doing is rolling charisma, and bitch has 2 dice. This is I have 1 success because I spent that willpower.
He continues to buck ride on the ground.
This truly is Tony's successor.
Except she hasn't decapitated anyone yet.
Yes. She's just gonna try to. I'm gonna bash my head against it until a bitch says something. Actually, no. I have spirit in mind. Could I use that to calm him? Kind of like, okay. So in in New Mage, there's a spell that allows you to pretty much help a ghost figure out that they're dead and come to terms with it.
Do you have? You can do that. What levels of those spheres do you have?
Like I said, it's pretty shit. I have Mind 2 and Spirit 3.
If it was the other way around, you could do it, but you can't. You need Mind 3 to do it because you're essentially injecting an emotion that doesn't exist into him at the moment.
Pepperoni.
Could we, if Kim will allow it, can we work together to do the effect?
What is Kim? What is your paradigm, Kim?
Gods and monsters.
What is your paradigm, Anthony?
What is my paradigm? Fucking fabulous questions that never come up. My paradigm is on the sheet some fucking way. One minute. Seriously? I believe it is. Divine Order and Earthly Chaos.
Yep, those two are sufficiently close to one another that you can in fact cast together. You can both pray if you'd like, because that's both practice you both possess.
Technically, I don't think they can because Vince hasn't got mind at all. You need at least one dot in the spheres.
SD's call.
Yeah.
I have the. She has the mind. I have the spirit.
No, that's the thing. I needed the mind. I had the spirit.
Ah, whoops. Okay, I didn't know.
Because I have Spirit 3, Mind 2.
Yeah, we need someone who has Mind 3 with a compatible paradigm.
Or mind 3 and at least one dot in spirit.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone has to have at least one dot in all the spheres to.
Yes, I'm aware of this fact.
Yeah, fine. Yeah, that's why I can't do it.
If you would like to roll some social dice at him again, you can attempt to do so.
I can. Can I try that?
Yep.
Hands on me. I have a 0.2 blessing. Basically, people find it easier to talk to me.
Cool. I'll give you a -1 diff. If it helps, Tim, if it helps Kim, at least Tony was pretty enough to date a certain character.
I have no idea what you're talking about, but that's stuff funny.
It's a very old joke.
Oh.
God damn it, Evan.
Oh yes.
Everything here predates me. Damn it! It's all new flesh.
I mean, which character are we talking about?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh,
Yeah.
booyah!
What do you say to him?
In the most calming and reassuring voice. You have moved on to another plane of existence, and I'm here to usher you out. You're dead.
That low-key sounds like you're threatening to murder him.
It does too.
I wondered, miss, if you'll forgive my saying so, why it is I felt as if you were pulling me in a direction. It was all so cold. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry for all of this.
Don't be sorry. It's something that happens. If you allow it, I will attempt to send him on.
You don't have to ask him anything before you send him on.
Yeah, I probably should. Be smart about it. Where was your master last seen?
The master was upstairs. Himself and the head housekeeper were preparing for this evening's engagement with Master Timothy.
He nods. As Vince will walk over, almost cradling him, and he'll look up. Is there anything else anyone else wants to ask him before I send him on? Does anyone have anything else to ask before I send him on?
I do not.
Roris will shake his head.
Kim, anything else you want to add?
Oh, sorry. Kim, please answer that.
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
Rupert is quietly reciting last rites.
All right then. And then with that, yeah, last rights to send them on. Anything you want me to roll for that?
No, he's kind of ready to leave anyway. The chain was what was tethering him here. So
Mhm.
you'll see him smile and nod before he will say, I wish you luck. Master Timothy never deserved it. No, he didn't.
Rest easy. We'll make this right.
And he will vanish. Kim, when he mentions Timothy as a name, you'll sense the cat gets very sad. Like, very sad.
Well,
Kitty.
something tells me Timothy didn't die of tuberculosis after all.
No, he didn't. They won't call it tuberculosis. They'll call it consumption.
That was the word used earlier.
Yes, because I was using the modern name for it. But, so what do you gentlemen and ladies do now?
Well, the butler said that the master and his maiden are upstairs.
He said the head housekeeper, but yes.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, we should. I don't know. That's up, but up is also down in this place. So, whatever you guys want to do. I mean,
You should probably take care of the mirror first.
The
Okay.
mirror is, as you look back, the mirror is no longer there and has stopped screaming. The screaming has stopped.
so it was his fetter,
Not necessarily.
but he is gone. But when you broke the chain, the mirror reacted, and now he's gone, and the mirror is gone. They seem to be connected.
I think the master who is responsible for this place was able to find the mirror and call it to himself, as it is a anchor for a soul. However, the reason why I said not to destroy it is because, well, bad things happen when you destroy the precious objects of a wraith.
It seems that Zephyr has more knowledge of such things.
Perhaps.
Are
I
you
wouldn't
willing?
know. Hold on, got a telephone call.
So, do you stay here? Do you decide to move? What is the general consensus?
Sort of look to Zephyr.
She'll just kind of. She's replaced her mask, and she'll just kind of look back and say, "Is there a reason you're staring at me?"
No, it's just that you're more skilled at the Wraith, and that you seem to know quite a bit. I just wanted to give you the respect.
No, it seems on the matter of wraiths you are more skilled than I. Or at least when it comes to spirits.
I suppose we should go and make this right then, yes?
Indeed.
Important question, Kim. Do you take the cat with you or do you put him down?
She hasn't set that cat down. She's probably not going to.
That cat belongs to Kim now.
If you survive this, you're keeping the cat, aren't you?
Hell fucking yeah, I'm keeping the cat.
Cat's like the best thing in this team. Like,
look at how cute he is. Look at that nose. All right. On a side note, Kurzweil, the house has stopped shifting.
Said he'd be
Yeah,
right back.
take
He's
a phone
taking a phone call.
Okay, I'm just going to go get a drink in that case. You can kind of come up with a plan of action or some such. I will also postulate one question for those of you who had mind sight up, because it might be important. Remember the emotions I said were coming from the mirror when it was broken? One of the emotions I stated was confusion. Why would it be confused? I'll be back in a little bit.
Wish I had intelligence and enigmas. That would help.
You also have to know that it was giving off those emotions first. Too.
I have no idea it's giving off those emotions.
Well,
So,
but I thought he gave that to us when we each got hit. That's what we felt when we got hit
No,
with the energy.
only for that's
No,
only
you
for
had
the
to
people
have
who
mindsight.
Yeah.
I don't have.
Never mind then.
I don't have mindsight.
Oh, I didn't have my tricorder active at the time, so I couldn't help that.
No, it's cool, bro. Unless Rupert has any theories on that front.
He said he's AFK.
Okay. I think the only people that have this are Zephyr and Rupert.
Zephyr doesn't have mindsight up.
Fair enough. Put your hands on me now. Oh God, that song's stuck in my head.
I could shoot you something nice and metal if that would help.
No, I like the song.
Yeah, even a song you like getting caught in your head in a loop doesn't help.
Yeah.
I think I think the only person who was hurt healed themselves.
Yeah, I heal myself. But I guess call Kurzweil will go around and ask if everybody is all right, if they need healing.
Rose will simply decline.
Okay.
All right, so we good to go?
Yep.
All right, so Kurzweil, the house has stopped moving.
Oh, the house is settled. Maybe we can get to the bottom of this now.
Well, that depends. The energy and the prime, which would significantly make casting easier, is coming from the bottom of the house.
So, do you think we should go down?
There's also the issue of, I don't know, I'm not very proficient with mine, but perhaps someone who would be able to better explain the emotions that are going on. We might be able to put things together.
Perhaps we should follow the cat.
The cat is just sitting in Zephyr's arms.
The cat will look at Zephyr, giving a kind of a, I can tell they're talking about me look.
I'll just nod at the cat. Just kind of like, yeah.
So I guess it comes to one of two things. Either we go downstairs to deal with the magic, or we go upstairs to deal with the actual threat.
I think we should do one and then two. Because as long as he has that magic source, he's going to use it against us. We need to take away his advantage first, and then confront him.
The cat will look at Zephyr with very sad eyes. It's trying to communicate something, but you're just not sure what. The way the Kurzweil described that appeared to have upset it greatly. So much so that it actually puts its head down on your arm. Like it actually appears very sad now.
What did he describe again?
The Art of War by Sun Tzu. Fight your enemy where he's not. I mean, come on.
Well,
I think I see here. So let's suppose there's some enchantment on this place, powered by the node, which causes those who die here to become trapped as ghosts, which are then bound. It seems that that's also what's keeping the cat here. If we end that magic, the cat may well be going as well.
nice deduction. Looks at the cat for confirmation.
It doesn't move, but Kim, because you're, as I said, it is sort of communicating with you in a giant inverted commas, and you sense it's because it's in your arms, that if it was in somebody else's arms, it could probably do the same. But you don't get the feeling that's what's upsetting it. You get the feeling that they're talking about fighting an enemy, and that's what's upsetting it.
Mm-hmm. Perhaps fighting is not the way things should go. Perhaps. Unless it's at all necessary.
Perhaps instead of fighting, the cat merely wants the father to acknowledge what he did, to understand what he did. To, isn't that what you usually do with ghosts? You help them move on? Maybe that's what the cat wants.
The cat hops out of Zephyr's arms at this point and starts to walk down the corridor.
Gonna follow that cat.
Follow the cat.
Well, I'm not Jennifer Love Hewitt, but I'll follow the cat.
That was it.
It was an interesting joke.
So you will eventually, it will lead you upstairs, up the grand flight of stairs. You'll see it padding, and you'll see it moving very, very, very kind of quietly as it makes its way. You see and you feel a lot of pent-up energy. You guys, even those of you with mind shields, you start to feel anger pressing in around you, true and total rage. Just sheer amounts of utter pain and sorrow as you proceed to walk with the cat leading you. You then start to hear chanting from above you. You start to hear a number of voices exalting and speaking. You start to hear words like Nayana se Adutsea Ketsi Korma a Enti Korma Asute. Question: does anyone here speak Assyrian or Farsi?
Not me.
I totally speak that language. I totally speak both of them, in fact,
I mean, to be fair, my fucking Setite used to speak Assyrian and Farsi. But, so it's not necessarily a language you know. It sounds vaguely Arabic or Aramaic. But you will eventually come into a room, or rather, a room is opened in front of you that is entirely... It is an entirely circular room. You can assume that it could have been easily passed off in a greater way or a more happier time as a ballroom or somewhere for functions to happen, but you see in place a number of individuals dressed in white robes with white hoods over their heads, red sash belts around their middles, etc., who have their heads bowed as they chant. You will then see in the center of the room. Are any of you at all familiar with what a dolmen is?
I know the word. I know vaguely what it means, but not like 100%. Like I have a general idea of what you're talking about.
I have no idea.
Okay. A dolmen is a megalithic tomb. It is.
Sorry.
Mhm. It is a megalithic tomb that is generally constructed with 2 standing stones and a single stone placed over it. You will see what appears to be a carved Celtic stone covered in intricate knot and weaving work in the center of the room, upon which you see a boy you would guess maybe just turned 18, but not much older than that, bound and tied, gagged to this great rock, covered in wounds, abrasions, cuts, as if he has been abused for every day of his life. As it is, you see a man dressed in white standing behind the rock with a decorative blade in one hand, a cup in the other, and surrounding the boy on the floor, north, south, east, and west, on a grand diagram, a large compass daubed in blood on the floor, you see 4 mirrors, very similar to the one you found in the library.
So I'm gonna look at the others and Mary's gonna reach into her bag and pull out a knife and go. So
How does this appear in the Shadowlands?
All of
Also,
them.
my question too. Sorry.
All of them are souls who all are bound to this place, with the exception of the boy on the altar, who doesn't appear to be there under spirit sight, but each one of the 4 mirrors contains 1/4 of a soul.
So the mirrors are holding the boy's soul.
Yes, it appears so.
You can now understand why the cat was upset with the concept, because he didn't consider the boy to be the enemy and you were talking about killing him. It also dawns on you, though, that all of these actions that have happened here tonight were because of the anguish, the trauma, and the pain that was suffered by the child, not given by the father.
So
Question.
what do we want to do?
Question. Do I need spirit to affect those, or can I use forces?
You need a mixture of, well, none of them are physically there. They are just wraiths bound to the place.
No, I mean the mirrors.
Oh. You need Prime.
I have Prime.
As do I.
Me too.
I have Prime, I have Spirit, I have Forces, all at 3.
I'm going to get Kim. Hi, Kim. How you doing? You doing good?
What's up? Shh. One moment, Stephen. What's up?
Would you like to please roll me an Intelligence Wraith Lord check? Difficulty 7.
Thanks, Stephen. Difficulty 7?
Difficulty 7.
I can probably do that. Five successes.
Whoop whoop.
Whoop, whoop.
All right. Hi, Kim. How's it going? Going well? I hope it's going well. So, can you imagine how traumatic it would be for a soul that has known nothing but pain and anger to all of a sudden have their fetters smashed apart like they were kindling?
Horrible, yo. Who's thinking of just smashing them?
The party.
Actually, I wasn't.
That wasn't what we were doing, Brett. Not Brett. Evan.
Oh, right.
Dick.
I completely
I was actually going to use a
misheard that.
spiritual version of magnetic attraction to get them away from there.
Okay.
Would it work though?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to use magnetic attraction to draw the fetters to me. Spending a quintessence to lower the difficulty, spending a willpower to succeed. Got him running low on that stuff. What's my difficulty?
Your difficulty will be it's a forces 3 effect, so it'll be difficulty 6 minus if you use a foci and any quintessence you spend.
Roris is going to be singing, and for those of you who know the song, he's actually singing "The Light" by Disturbed.
Nice.
So that's 6 plus 5. You say -2 or -1 because I'm singing.
-1 for the singing, but if you're unless you're spending quintessence for additional -1.
I did spend the quintessence for additional -1, so that's 3.
Yeah.
Four successes.
Whoop, whoop.
All right. You rip. Are you trying? Oh wait. Are you trying to take all of them at once or one at a time?
I'm trying to take them all at once.
You would need 1 additional success for each one of them, which means you would need 3 additional successes.
All right, I will continue casting.
Are they noticing
All
that he's
is
singing?
forsaken.
Are they
Another.
Sorry. What was that, Joey?
are the like people that are chanting? Are they like noticing him singing?
No, they don't seem to be.
Okay.
Another willpower, another quintessence, continuing to sing. Listen to me now. You will never be broken again. Sometimes darkness. 3 successes. Can show
All right.
you the light.
All 4 of the mirrors fly towards you. Would you guys like to make dexterity athletics checks to grab them?
Hooray!
Beg your pardon?
Hand-eye coordination.
Yes, hand-eye coordination will count.
Awesome.
You
That's
can,
6 dice.
each one of you can roll to catch 1 mirror.
Got one.
2 successes.
It'll only take 2 successes.
Perfect.
No, not for me.
10.
Botch.
1.
Bash.
Oh
Like-
dear.
5. 4 successes.
Really? What the fuck?
Smash.
Did you also fuck the roll, Kim?
I only got a success on 7 dice.
Would you like to spend a willpower to re-roll?
Yes.
Oh, nobody botched. I was just saying it'd be like sad if someone did.
What the?
Oh! Damn.
You
Anthony, you
My-
had to say something.
My bad.
You had to say something.
I did. I feel
hate
fucking
What the hell?
homie responsible. I did the thing.
Was that a defect Olga?
Can I just like throw my fucking character off a cliff now?
Looks like I got 2 sucks at least.
Okay.
Since I got, just out of curiosity, since I got 4, can I make another dexterity athletics check to catch the one that she's dropping?
No, you can't.
Damn.
Damn it.
Is there something in the way of magic that can help?
For fucking wraiths, can't even. Just...
We are going to have to roll some dice because Evan is a just and merciful god. So we're going to let Kim roll 5. It's going to impact the wall. We're going to let Kim roll 6 dice. If she gets 3 successes on this roll, it'll shatter the mirror.
Can't fucking stand you.
Actually, no. If it gets 4 or more successes, it'll shatter the mirror. 1 to 3, it's fine. 3 or more, it's kind of broken. Would you like to roll me those 60-10, Kim?
Okay, I mean, can I catch it with movement of the mind?
Do you have spirit and
No,
prime?
It is made of spirit. You have to actually be able to affect the spiritual sides of it.
Physical
I,
thing.
in fact, do. Can I save the day, Evan?
No, because you already did your thing. Catch in the mirror, dear.
I'm so sorry, Kim. Like,
It's okay, guys. We just have to trust that Kim's rolling will continue and it'll be fine. As a matter of fact, it'll come out better than new.
All I wanted in life. You shitting me right now?
Oh, she got
Oh,
one.
wait, no. The ones deduct. Kim, you don't break the mirror.
God damn it.
There's this wonderful moment when it slips through Zephyr's fingers and cracks into the wall, and everyone just goes, ooh, and then it falls and lands on a couch cushion. Everyone's like, oh, oh.
You fucking explain to me how it slips through fingers and yet hits against a wall?
Magic.
fucking magic, yo. I don't have to explain shit. Like,
You reach out, what happens is exactly, you reach out to grab it, and you close your hand on it just a second too late before it continues on its way on its trajectory. But it doesn't shatter. So, Kim's rolling saves the day. Yay!
Anybody needs me, like, I'll be in character building again as I throw this character off of a fucking cliff.
Don't throw him off a cliff. Zephyr's cool. Also, Zephyr made cat friend.
Failing important roles, yeah, maybe she's cool there.
I mean, you just had some bad luck. You have the pool to do cool things. Calm your tits.
No, I will never call them. They will never be called. Fuck you.
But yes, you guys have all four of the mirrors. All of them resonate with the same pain, anger, and confusion. You can assume that his soul is indeed in there. As you look at the body, however, as you look at all of the mirrors, you can even start to see under Prime and Spirit side the telltale sparkles of the avatar. They did this to a child who was awakened as a mage. Their avatar is still trapped within the mirrors. Why? You've got no idea, but that is what they did.
Roris is going to look over at the cat and say the child needs to move on. How can we help him?
I'm so tempted to say it gives Kim the look that says, I'm just a cat.
Except that Roris knows it's not just a cat. So. The cat walks over to Mary, and it kind of hops up. It hops up on Mary, trying to get Mary to pick it up. Like, pick me up. Pick me up.
She'll pick it up.
You sense it kind of stands on, if you're holding it in your arms, it kind of stands on your, presses its little paws on your chest, and basically tries to boop its forehead into your forehead.
Okay.
As it does so, you sense it's trying to, for lack of a better word, it's trying to be you.
She kind of tilts her head to the side. Can I make an intelligence enigmas roll to interpret that?
Do you have any spirit lore?
Let me check. I do not.
Yeah, you can make an enigmas check.
Okay. I'm assuming creative does not count.
Actually, it does.
Oh, okay. What difficulty?
Standard diff 6.
All right. 3 successes. No, 4 successes because my specialty counts.
Huzzah! You can. It's trying to possess you.
She's going to say, Rupert, can you put the mind shield that you put up down?
Okay. Yeah, I'll do it.
And then she's going to start entering a trance because that's really well with her paradigm.
I know, right? It's almost like I know your paradigms and shit.
Yeah, she's going with the spirit right.
The cat will disappear from sight, However, Mary will close her eyes for a few moments before her eyes will open again, the same color as the cats pictured here. Oh, that's so much better. Hello.
Hi.
Oh,
The rest
hello.
of outside.
Hmm. I was the guardian of this place long before it was this place. It's not a nice place anymore. Why is it that you have to make it all complicated? Why is
It's
it you
what
couldn't leave things at rest?
It's what humans do, especially Magi.
Why?
But if things were nice before, maybe it can be made nice again.
When
What was
there's
done can be undone, right?
The cat gives you a look like if it could eat your skin, it would.
Okay.
Mary gives you the look. Why? So bloodshed can be forgotten. So pain can be irrelevant.
No, unfortunately, that pain can never be undone. The child has been bound into its torture by the shackles of those who serve the corruptors.
It walks over to Kim. It walks over to Zephyr in Mary's body, and it says, "I like it here. It feels like home."
Oh, that would be possession.
I don't know if Kim is there or not.
She'll look at the cat and she'll say, while it is your home, it is built on something that should not be. Something that should not be happening.
This place was my home long before this was built. When it was, they first brought the dead here to find rest, and I stood sentinel. It was a good time.
And perhaps once this is finished, you may still be able to stand here then.
Oh, I'd like that.
Well, that's what I was trying to say. I guess she said it in a better way than I did. Thank you.
You said that something should be forgotten. These things should not be forgotten.
No, that's not what I meant. I meant to say that it was nice once. Maybe this place can be made nice again for you.
It keeps talking about forgetting, and the ground starts to crack under it. I would recommend somebody make a social roll because it's about to lose its shit.
I will make a social roll.
He'll do it. He's crazy.
I'm going to address it in Enochian.
Okay.
Peace, spirit.
Never mind then.
Oh, guardian of this Khan, we know that bad men came here and defiled this place. We come to put a stop to it if we can. We are not your enemy.
It contemplates. Mary's head quirks to the side, and it will say, "Very well then. The boy, poor thing, when he cried out in the night after his parents had branded, torn his flesh, spilled his blood for their rights, I comforted him as best that I could. There was only so much I could do. They used the roof of my home as their altar. When this is over, I may leave here, so I can go and find peace elsewhere. But the boy's soul must be laid to rest."
His soul has been torn into four, and I don't know how to get it out of its binding.
Sorry, if anyone else wishes to speak.
OC, did someone say there's an avatar as well, or not?
Yep, there is in fact an avatar.
That has been said to in character.
I said that anyone who could see it could see that it had an avatar.
Okay, yeah, fine. I'm just checking.
So yes.
Well, we can take the mirrors away. We can bury them with appropriate ceremony and give them last rites.
Then you would put it in the ground with a chain still upon it.
No, we
It would be
bless
trapped
it and
there
give it
for
last
eternity.
rites. That's the purpose of last rites, to send it on in blessing hallowed ground, properly but blessed to the God that this child worshipped.
A blessed chain is still a chain.
We need to figure out how to remove the chain without sending the spirit into turmoil.
The Mary with the cat inside it will walk over to Richard, or not to Richard, to Rupert, and it will take Rupert's hand in hers, and it will say, it will take one of her hands in both of her hands, and it'll clasp her hands together, and it will say, when something is bound, when something is shackled, prison, yes, then saying words to gods, no. It needs to have the key turned before it can find peace.
What we need to find is what bound it in the first place. Royce is going to turn. He's going to look at the. Is the wraith with the knife still there?
Yes.
Does the knife look any more real, or any less real than the mirrors?
The knife is indeed a tangible object.
Royce is going. Does Royce need to use Prime on it, or can Royce just go over and grab it from the guy?
You can walk over and take it if you'd like.
All right, Royce is going to go over to the wraith, who doesn't seem to see him. He's going to snag the knife.
The man will look at you as you take the knife out of his hand, however, and he'll say, "Who are you?"
I am an avatar of Azura Mazda. And then he will walk away with the knife.
As you walk away with the knife, all of the figures dressed in white disappear as if they turn to dust and are blown away.
What is this? What is the Shadowland representation of this knife? What does it look like?
It appears to be wreathed in energies, black, horrid energies.
If I bring it closer to the mirrors, does the shadow of the boy scream in vain?
Yes.
I'm going to stop there. I'm going to look at it. Because unfortunately, as a Teftani, there's only one thing I can think of to do. I am going to... Damn it. Is there a fire in the room?
No.
Damn it.
There was downstairs. What do you need?
I need an open source of flame to superheat this metal and destroy it.
I have some candles in the exorcism kit, if that would help. Or do you need a big fire?
I have to be able to...
Mary, sorry, the cat spirit leaves you and it basically takes on its cat form again.
She slumps for a second, stands back and says, "Oh, that was fun."
It's then going to walk back over to Zephyr, and it's going to kind of sit down next to Zephyr and look up at Zephyr with very sad eyes again. Such a sad beauty.
Are we sure that destroying the knife is the correct move?
Marissa's going to look over to the cat. Then realize it's no longer in Mary and look over to the cat in Zephyr's arms.
Does Zephyr pick up Kitty again?
Yeah.
If it helps, he is both warm and snuggly. Sorry, Brad. Continue.
He's going to look over to the cat and basically he's going to say to the cat, we'll destroy this knife, release the chains.
It gives you a look that seems to communicate, I don't know, maybe.
Wait a minute. Maybe we don't need to destroy it. Maybe we need to dispel it. No, that may not work either. Oh, if only Abdul were here, he would know what to do. Or Nazir. Nazir might know, but I couldn't risk bringing Nazir with me this time. Wait a minute. How powerful is the necromantic energy on there?
Powerful enough to rip a soul.
That's.
Can I reverse it with Prime and Spirit?
Yes.
All right. Roris is going to hold the knife in his hands, and he is going to start invoking the light of Hashem to bring forth the power of Her Mazda. And he's going to basically try to live up to he was an avatar of Her Mazda, chanting. And while he's also doing that, he is going to enter into a prayer dance. Spending last quintessence, second last willpower. I'm going to have to absorb some tasks after this. What's my difficulty?
Difficulty 6.
6 minus 1 minus 1. So 4F1. Hashtag willpower. 4 successes.
You're going to need more successes.
Continuing casting. Spending my almost last willpower. First to last. Continuing to chant, so I'm only at difficulty 5 this time. Or do I do it in increased difficulty?
You increase the difficulty.
I'm at 6. 2 successes.
So you're at 6.
Yes.
You're still going to need some more.
Oh wait, I forgot I spent the willpower on that, so I'm at 7.
Still going to need some more.
Okay, I can't spend another willpower or else I'm gone. I'm going to... Can I use re-energize the weakened pattern at the same time as I'm doing this to draw the quintessence out of my task?
I'll ask you not at the moment. However, if somebody else wishes to infuse you with tasks, they can.
Yeah. So while Roros is dancing and chanting, he's going to say, I need a little help here.
Okay. What do you need?
I need quintessence.
I got plenty.
I need you to infuse me with it.
Yes, sir.
I thought you didn't have enough prime to do it.
I've got Prime 2.
Oh, that'll do it.
I just can't charge my... That's not enough to charge my Wonder, though. I thought I needed Prime 3 for that.
No, to feed quintessence into something is prime 2.
Oh, well, crap. I need to charge up my friggin' Wonder. Anyway, yeah. What's that? 3 difficult 6?
Yeah, minus for a focus or anything like that you choose to use. Then
All right. Kurzweil's gonna walk up and he's gonna start he's gonna hold his hands out and he's got he's drawn 2 circles on his hands and he crosses them in order to make a Vesica Pisces in order to merge the 2 circles and bring them together. So what's
okay, that's a minus 1.
okay. Oh yeah, and I will spend willpower. Oh snap! Pretty good.
How many successes?
I got 3.
All right, Brett, you will regain 3 contestants. Drum roll.
All right, spending quintessence, continuing the cast. I'm now at diff 7. Oh no, I'm at because I had to go up with difficulties, so I'm at diff 7.
You can spend up to 3 points of quintessence.
Okay, I'm actually going to spend all 3 that I just regained. Brought myself to difficulty 4. No longer have the willpower to spend to not botch. So 2 additional successes.
All right. The black, corrosive, bleeding energy that almost looks like itself a tear in the knife is suddenly shifted to the point where it now glows with a bright, clean white light.
Horus is going to be panting heavily, but he is going to walk over to the mirrors. I'm sure. Did everybody set their mirrors down on the ground? Or someplace safe?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Horus is going to go over and speaking in Emirati, because this is his native language for when he chants, he's going to wave the knife over the 4 mirrors and say, "What once was one, be one again. What was divided, be united. Let the soul reforge and pass itself into the light of Ahura Mazda."
Okay. You bring the knife down. I will recommend you stack all of the mirrors on top of each other.
Okay.
You bring the knife.
Stack.
You bring the knife crashing down into the mirrors, splintering them all, causing them to shatter upwards in a brilliant cascading display of shattered glass turned to splinters. As the tinkling of the glass falls to the ground all around you, you will hear a sobbing cry emerge from what was once the broken vestige remnants of the mirrors, until this figure will form in front of you. His body looks as if it was stitched and sewn together, the ephemera barely holding together the vestige pieces. However, it is in fact a whole soul as you would understand it.
Forgive me. It was the best I could do.
All around you, the fine splendor of the house fades until it is nothing but a dingy, dank ruin once again, as the spirit itself seems to be reclaimed by the flow, tears streaking down its face, the sins committed by the hands of man, until you stand once again in an empty, dark, derelict building.
Horus is going to look down at the knife. Does it still appear to have any magical ability?
No.
I am going to put this thing in a fire so hot that nothing will remain.
If that's what you need to do. But I don't know that our work is done here. There is still that festering pool down below, and it was used for evil once. It could be used for evil again. We should dispel it if we can.
Mary's just going to look at him and say, "You realize that this place is probably a node if the cat spirit was speaking in a more literal sense than some spirits like to. And it's not necessarily evil. It should be protected. I'm willing to bet that the cairn itself, under this, is where all the magical energy coalesces.
Okay, so
We
how
still-
should we go about that?
We still need to find Mr. Grimm.
That is also another thing. We need to find him. Do
Russell nod. He looks visibly exhausted though, but he's moving.
Mary is going to start heading through the house to try and get back to the room where Grim gave him the candles.
There he is. When you leave, Kim, are you still there?
Yeah.
When they've all left, it is just you and the cat standing there for a few moments. The cat will look up at you and it will communicate, "What shall I do now?"
What would you wish to do?
I don't know.
You could stay here, perhaps.
So many bad memories. Such a terrible taste.
Would you care to come with me then?
It looks up at you and it contemplates and it says, "You do feel like home."
I wonder why that is.
For the first time, as it lays its small head on your arm, you will hear the cat purr. He has found home. For the rest of you, you will find Johann Grimm outside. He's sitting cross-legged on the whatchamacallit? He's sitting cross-legged on the steps that lead up to the front door. He has a thermos of tea, and he is currently drinking a cup of tea. Ah, good night.
Were you really just drinking tea this whole time?
Yeah. Would you care for some?
For a guy who looks like he just got like torn through walls and doors and crap, you sure are doing fine.
He will stand up very casually and he'll say, "Yeah, that was because when I threw myself through the door, I happened to make it structurally weaker."
Oh, well, good move.
You
I'm glad you're okay.
through the door.
Yeah. How else would I see what you were made of?
And she nods. I see.
He will reach out, he will reach down and he'll pet the cat softly. The cat seems fine with it. He will say, "I needed to see the caliber of these people in Dublin, whom are so highly regarded." He'll look at Roros and he'll say, "What you did, you faced a challenge. Something that many people would find nightmarish. You didn't break. I'm impressed. All of you."
I knew that there was a chain that had to be broken, and that is my purpose in this world.
I'm just here to help however I can. I'm not good at talking to spirits, especially cats, I guess, but that's why I shut up.
Cat gives you a glare filled with hate.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, he says.
Mary's just she's gonna look at Kurzel, shrug, and then she's going to bow very respectfully to the cat and say, "If you would ever like to experience the world through a human's gaze again, come find me. Or if you need help with anything."
There's also the matter of this place, Grim will say as he taps the house with his index finger. And he'll say, "The energies have been dispelled for the time being, and that is wonderful. I do not believe that they themselves will return. However, this site sits on top of quite a powerful source of energy, and would, in theory, make a rather fine chantry, if it were rebuilt."
Shoot, we could do that.
I think having someone who would know how to respect the land in charge of it would be a good idea.
You two, he'll say, denoting Vince and Rorus, and he'll say, I have a question for both of you, if you don't mind my asking.
The question?
You're both members of the same cabal, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, both of you showed the fact that you could provide comfort to those who needed it and save those who were in need. Would you care to take on this place? Since it was your action that laid spirits to rest and caused them to be able to fly free again. It seems fitting.
Ross will turn his head to the side and say, I do already have a note of my own and a sanctum. But I could see how this place would be needed for healing. I would not be averse to having this place rebuilt and made a safe haven for all.
I wouldn't be averse to this.
What was that, sorry, Anthony?
I'm willing to help in any way I can.
Good. We shall see what the future shall hold.
Ross
Now,
will-
boys and girls, we will end our scene because it
Oh,
has been running for a very long time.
Just before we end, can Mary just say that she will help Vince and Roris if they need anything to get a hold of her?
Same here. I can fix things. I'm pretty good at material magic.
For those that don't know, Fancy will hand out a business card that just says it's the name of his parish and the name of a social work company that he works for. It seems like a personal beeper number and a landline.
Ross will also hand out business cards that have his name and his technical title at Visio, where even though it's mostly like secondary board member Boris Okazari, but he's actually going to get on the phone and he's going to call his real estate broker and he's just going to say, yes, that house that's up here at this address, I want it. And he's going to hang up the phone.
Alright, so with that in mind, boys and girls, we shall call it a scene. Thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching. I shall give out rewards and such after the scene is terminated.
Awesome.